Hi, my name is Lisa Holzel. I'm part of Sean Petit's creative team. And today we're going to do an affirmation candle. So I'm really excited to show you something different. And I'm working on this Japanese real thin rice paper using the dictionary page stencil, which I loved. So it's a square piece, and I'll have all the descriptions in the at the bottom. So I just used real bright yellow and white and kind of diluted it and kind of just didn't blend it perfectly because I wanted to show the different shades of yellow. And then I used a baby wipe to clean my stencil, and I measured, or actually, I decided to add a stripe of yellow to my candle. So I got my blue painter's tape and I eyeballed it. I didn't really measure it perfectly around. You can always measure from the top with a ruler if you want. I'm not a perfectionist. I just enjoy however the outcome comes. And then I'm also going to put a tape on the top half too because I want it to look like a stripe. And again, I'm going to just eyeball it and just kind of wrap it around. And you'll see it'll get a little bunchy on the top half or scrunchy or I don't know. It's because there's a curve in the candle at the top. So then I'm going to get just my little sponge brush and I'm going to use the yellow in its full strength. I did not dilute it or add any white to it. So it's the Lucas brand, which I love because it's just creamy, buttery paint. It's my favorite brand. And when you're painting, and you'll see how much paint I use too, it's just a little nickel size paint because when you're painting on glass, it goes on real thin. And you want to choose one direction. So you'll see me start it kind of just going up and down. And it's actually best to just choose one direction. And because the glass will show your brush strokes. And I kind of want it to go around versus up and down. And you don't need a whole lot of paint at all. I just did one layer because I also am very impatient and I do not wait for paint to dry. So, but you can see it doesn't take much to cover it. I was very, very happy with the outcome of my yellow paint. And so you do want to think about you can do patterns. You can even cut holes in your blue tape if you want, and then pull those out if you want to add patterns to your candle. You can do all kinds of stuff with the blue tape, which I think is awesome. So I did let that dry, and I really like how it looked. And those affirmation candles, it's such a great, I'm really into being positive and you are worthy. You can be the change. You can be the light in the darkness of this world. So this is where this art design came from is we need to think positive, and the stencil that I used the words were just beauty and love and you are worthy, you are important, and what a wonderful gift to give to yourself is an affirmation candle that you made. Um, so the large piece of paper, I'm now measuring to see where the bottom, how far down I want to go. And I don't want to go to the very base level of the candle because it rounds off. The edges are rounded and I didn't really want to mess with the rounded edge. And then I measured the top part and I just used a ruler to tear the paper. It's very, very thin paper. It's a little bit thicker than tissue paper, but rice paper is real thin. So now I'm making sure before I tear, measure 4 or 5 times, tear once, because I'm really good at shortchanging myself. So I try to make sure I had enough left over. So, and I just tear right off. Super easy. And use any straight edge. Don't have a ruler around you. You can get a book or the edge of a table. So, and I did tear a little bit extra on the top because I don't like things too symmetrical or too clean. I like that messy look, that handmade look. So now it's going to be hard to see on the screen, but there is a seam on the candle. So look for your seam is what I'm trying to show you, where they did the cast of the glass. So that I'm going to use my matte medium. It's a great collaging, decoupaging glue, and it dries clear, and it's a great adhesion. So, and you're going to glue this from the end, rolling it forward, if that makes sense, because I want the clean edge to overlap the rough edge. So that is what I am doing. And I'm trying not to paint over the yellow, because the paint, for me, I didn't wait for it to dry, so it was still damp and wet. And I almost put the paper on top of my candle glass, and then decided, let me at least wet. Just, it's not really heavy glue, but I wanted to do the underside of my Japanese rice paper, just so it can easily adhere to the glass when I put it together. And with this rice paper, you don't want to press or smooth, strong or heavy, because it's very delicate. So you just really want to press. You're not smoothing. So make sure you try to get it on straight. I find out mine wasn't as straight, but I'm okay with it. That, like I said, doesn't bother me. And I did want to overlap the yellow on the top a little bit, just to kind of give it a little see-through. See how it did tear just a little. So you just want to press gently and then roll it towards you, I guess, is what you want to do. Kind of doing it backwards. And then I'm just adding paint. And do you see I touched the yellow on the rim and it kind of smeared into it? So just be careful with your yellow. If you need to adhere the top part, just glue the paper. And I'm pressing gently, just like our emotions. We can easily tear. We can easily be hurt. Words can damage more than physical, because that can heal, but you can't see the tears and rips of our emotions, of our spirit, of our soul. So I think with everything going on and COVID and just so much with society and family, that I really wanted something encouraging and positive, that something you can go to daily and give yourself reflection, even if it's like 15 minutes or 5 minutes, to allow yourself to breathe, regroup, to know how worthy you are and how important you are. You are loved, you are cared for. So, so just be gentle with the artwork, just like we need to be gentle with ourselves. And I showed you where a little bit of the paint came off, and I went back with the yellow paint and just kind of mended it like we can do with affirmation, with looking in the mirror. You are okay. You are not alone. You are beautiful. You are worthy. You are important. Um, just let that negativity go. And so as that was drying, the base was drying, I did grab my butterfly. They're mini butterfly punches. And so I used the extra part of the rice paper that I did not cut to glue. So I'm always using all those spare pieces to glue onto my candle. So it's just real easy, gentle, and I think I always do odd numbers. It's just something that's visually appealing. And then I did fold it and then just glue at the midpoint where the body would be. That's where I put a little bit of glue. You can use any kind of adhesion you have. And then I use different directions in placing that onto my candle. So look how beautiful that is. And I just really enjoyed this project. I hope you take the time to create um, an affirmation candle for yourself. Take the time to light it. Take the time to breathe and tell yourself that you are worthy, you are important, and you are loved. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Again, it's Lisa Holzel. I'm with Sean Petit and part of the creative team. And have a wonderful day. Thank you.